In the heart of the scorching deserts of Arabia, where tribal beliefs and ancient traditions had overshadowed people's lives for centuries, a child was born. A child would later become one of the most controversial figures in Islamic history, Muhammad ibn Abd al-Wahhab, a name that to this day evokes both admiration and criticism. Some regard him as a herald calling for a return to pure monotheism, while others see him as the initiator of contentious transformations in the Islamic world. This narrative, with an unbiased perspective, will recount the highs and lows of the life, thought, and influence of this historical figure. Join us on a journey into the depth of history, thought, and the transformations of the Arabian Peninsula. Muhammad ibn Abd al-Wahhab al-Tamimi was a Hanbali scholar from Najd, known for his call to pure monotheism and rejection of religious superstitions. He was born in the region of al-Uyayna in the Najd province. From childhood, Muhammad was raised in a scholarly and ascetic family. His father, Abdul Wahhab ibn Sulaiman, was a scholar and the Sharia judge of al-Uyayna and leader of Ramila. He memorized the Quran at a young age, before the age of 10, and studied Hanbali jurisprudence under his father. Later, he traveled to various cities to pursue religious studies. He performed Hajj in the cities of Mecca and Medina, and traveled several times to Basra and other regions to benefit from the great scholars of those areas. During these travels, Muhammad ibn Abd al-Wahhab sat with and debated the scholars of his time. In Basra, he studied under a scholar named Muhammad al-Majmu'i al-Basri and composed the book Kitab al-Tawheed. He then returned to Najd and moved with his father to Harimala after his father's judicial transfer, where he engaged in teaching and religious activities. After his father's death, he returned once again to his birthplace, al-Uyayna. In al-Uyayna, the ruler, Uthman ibn Nasir ibn Mu'ammar, welcomed and supported him, allowing him to invite people toward monotheism and religious reform. In his speeches and teachings, Muhammad emphasized pure monotheism and avoiding innovations. This included actions such as the destruction of tomb domes like the dome over the grave of Zayd ibn al-Khattab, which led to opposition from some community members. In later years, mid-12th century AH, Muhammad ibn Abd al-Wahhab moved to the city of Diriyah in the Najd region and forged an alliance with Muhammad ibn Saud, the Emir of Diriyah. They pledged to implement Islamic laws in their lands based on the teachings of the Quran and Sunnah. This alliance led to the establishment of the first Saudi state. Muhammad ibn Abd al-Wahhab assumed religious leadership and ideological guidance, while al-Saud oversaw military and governance affairs. From 1158 AH until his death, many battles and conquests took place across the Arabian Peninsula, with preachers and soldiers of the movement conquering numerous regions. For example, in 1218 AH, southern Hijaz came under their rule, and in 1219 AH, the city of Mecca was captured without significant resistance. After the formation of the alliance between Muhammad ibn Saud and Muhammad ibn Abd al-Wahhab, the Emirate of Diriyah became a strong state operating based on the principles of monotheism and religious reform. From 1158 AH onward, forces of this state took control of many areas of Najd and later parts of Hijaz, including the holy cities of Mecca and Medina. This continued until about 1219 AH, when Mecca was captured without significant resistance. This state, known as the First Saudi State, marked the first serious attempt to establish an Islamic government based on Muhammad ibn Abd al-Wahhab's ideology. However, it was overthrown in 1233 AH by the army of Muhammad Ali Pasha, the governor of Egypt. Nonetheless, Its intellectual and political legacy persisted in the second and third Saudi states, continuing to the modern Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. Abdul Wahhab of Najd married twice. His second wife was Jawhara bint Abdullah ibn Muammar, daughter of the governor of Al-Uyayna. He had 6 sons, Ali, Hussein, Abdullah, Ibrahim, Hassan, and Abdul Aziz, 2 of whom died during his lifetime, as well as several daughters. Among his children, Abdullah ibn Muhammad ibn Abdul Wahhab, also known as Abdul Aziz or Hussein al-Shaykh, gained a prominent position. After the fall of the first Saudi state, Abdullah ibn Muhammad was exiled to Egypt along with a scholarly family. Muhammad ibn Abdul Wahhab passed away in 1206 AH in Diriyah. His legacy is the religious political movement known as Wahhabism, which became associated with his name. Muhammad ibn Abdul Wahhab authored several significant works in Islamic creed and religious reform, the most important of which include Kitab al-Tawheed, his most important work, wherein he explains the principles of pure monotheism based on the Quran and Sunnah, and strongly emphasizes the rejection of polytheism and innovations. This book is considered a foundational text in Wahhabi teachings. Kashf al-Shubahat, a work refuting doubts and misconceptions raised by opponents of the monotheistical. The author defends his views through Quranic and Hadith-based arguments. Al-Usul al-Thalatha, the Three Principles, an educational and simple book for the general public, explaining the three foundational principles of Islam, knowing God, His Messenger, and the religion of Islam with evidence. His followers regard him as one of the renewers of Islam, who sought a return to the purest form of monotheism. His teachings spread as far as West Africa and the Eastern Indian subcontinent. Later Saudi states adopted his teachings as the basis of their official ideology, to the extent that modern Saudi Arabia considers itself the inheritor of his cult. Meanwhile, other Islamic movements hold different views about him, and some criticism and accusations have been directed at him. For example, among some Sunni scholars, discussions label him with terms like Mahdiism or compare him to the Khawarij. However, such debates are beyond the scope of this biographical account. This was the story of Muhammad ibn Abdul Wahhab, a figure who continues to inspire both admiration and debate. How do you view his life and legacy? Share your thoughts with us in the comments.